I don't even know if the framing of this is good at all. If it wasn't obvious where to focus. Me! Look at the sign! No, it actually just looks like I'm saying, look at the plant. I'm filming this on my phone, right? I went to film school for 3 years. Okay, the last camera I used on a film shoot on my course cost 10 grand. And this is an iPhone 7. What has happened? There's a camera right here. And I'm just like, you know, focus, framing, lighting, whatever, you know. Phones, mate. We're not even going to say the name of the virus. Okay. And that's the last time we'll say that word as well, the V word. And that goes for all V words. None of that here. Do you know, I'm so like sick of I've got a message on my phone, sorry. I'm just reading it. You know, cameras don't do that. Imagine that. Imagine like Spielberg on Jaws. Just like he's just shooting the shark and he's just on the monitor. And then like George Lucas just pops up just like Spoon Saturday. No, it wouldn't happen. I'm like a blessing of this whole situation. And there aren't many. I'll give you that. There's not many. Other than it's led me to do this. Is all these Zoom lectures of like, I've watched one with like Sam Mendes yesterday. And the thing is, and there's been like great screenwriting ones that I've watched, and they've all just got sick backgrounds, right? And so they're all just like, what? Oh yeah, no, I just sit here, I just sit behind this and work all the time. This is on a stack of DVDs, this phone. I've done this to try and replicate that. It's like I'm in the Criterion film closet with one row of films. Frozen. Yes, I'm glad the Criterion closet had Frozen today. What are they called? Chris Buck. It's one of Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee's more underrated films. Yeah, it's a bit of a hidden gem, really. I saw Jack's unboxing videos. His mates have sent him stuff, and no one sent me anything. But well, I mean, some of these things are gifts. I got Jordan Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. You know, gosh, the 12 rules are like no, don't do that. We'll try that again. It's like gosh, gosh, you know. We're all lobsters. And it's like, well, too bloody right we are. We're all lobsters. Pub quizzes are bigger than ever. The irony of them being, of course, that there are no pubs involved in these quizzes. I do about, I don't know, sometimes I do about 2 quizzes a week. That's actually not that many, is it? I'm sick of maths questions. I can't do maths. Anyone watching this knows I'm shit at maths. It doesn't make sense in this thing. I can just about tell you what those symbols are on those Ron Weasley album covers. You know the ones. The most recent thing I've read is God is Not Great. Hitchens. Spoiler alert, he's not. He's just not that great, is he? He's just like, it made me feel really stupid. And also a lot smarter by the time I came out of it. I'm sure most of you know that Christianity and Islam are kind of essentially derivative of Judaism. And it happened as a result of the Maccabees' revolt against the multiculturalists. The true early multiculturalists had become bored by the law, offended by circumcision, interested by Greek literature, drawn by the physical and intellectual exercises of the gymnasium. Gym lads created Christianity and Islam. Gym lads. I don't want to throw this because I like this book. I'm just going to put it back safely. As Hitchens said himself, we could have been rid of the whole thing if it weren't for you lot trying to get them deadlifts in, alright? I've been for a run this morning. I'm trying to get into weights, which I'm really not. This is what we're working with at the moment. I'm working my way up to the big boy here. These are my Woody Allen weights. I didn't marry my stepdaughter. I'm just saying I use these whilst I still maintain the physique of a 80-year-old Jewish man who we're not going to go into that. I can finally upgrade to these ones when I look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This is what I'll use then. And these ones are for when I look like Andre the Giant. So once I'm on Dwayne, that doesn't make any sense. So I already look like Woody Allen, so I can use these ones. And once I've built my way up to Rock and then Andre the Giant, I'm sitting out in the front garden a lot at the moment, and so are others. There's a lot of young parents with young kids. They're all a bit cliquey, and they all kind of just talk about that all the time, and you can hear it, and it's like, yeah, kids, whatever. But it does just sort of just turn into, my child is better than yours. My 4-year-old found a vaccine, and your kid's still sticking crayons up his nose. Do you know what I mean? And he's 6. Stuff like that. Well done, but I just can't. I don't have a back garden, so I can't take one more. One more. My child he's great. He's out of diapers and he's just pooping like everyone else in the toilet. And then you get that, and that's baseline, whatever. I guess it's a commonality that these people share, that they can talk about when their kids started using the toilet or whatever. Excuse the voice crack. I'm going to keep that in because we're all human. Or some of these babies aren't, from the shit that they seem to produce. Let's just stop talking about feces. But then it just gets like, my baby is his routine. He's got his whole routine figured out. And he's like 3.5. And, he's getting up at 6 a.m., going downstairs, making his first espresso of the day, having all his vitamins and powders. And then the other mum will be like, yeah, my kid's great. She'll get up, she'll read the Times, she'll look at her stocks, which are all plummeting right now, as we know. They're not American, actually. And they don't have a really obnoxious kind of big gay owl vibe to their talk. Though some of them might. No. Oh no, gosh. Quarantine. Why have you sprung this on me? There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, why do you eat that bat? You've doomed us all. That bat made you look like a complete twat. And that was Eleanor Rigby by the Rolling Stones.